Um, it's a question I ask quite often. And, why do you want to create a referral-based business? One, referrals are more likely to refer themselves. They convert at a higher rate. They're less likely to shop around, and they're less likely to leave you. They're more likely to stay on your book because they know, like, and trust you. So in this market where there's less purchasing activities going on, then it's more important that we focus on how to ask for referrals, because a lot of people, when it comes to creating that referral-based business and asking for referrals, they struggle because they don't know what to say. So there's a lack of confidence because they don't know how to actually position it and how to ask for referrals. So today we're going to talk about 16 different ways that you can actually ask for referrals and actually get them. So, and in my business, it's obviously worked for me, and I think for most of the top brokers that I work with, 80 to 90% of their business comes through referrals. So how can you create a similar business and create something where you get business through referrals? So I've also got a guide on the 16 strategies as well. So just type in the guide in the chat if you want a copy of the 16 strategies, but I'm going to go through them now for you, right? So number one, be referable by providing outstanding service. It seems obvious, and but to do it, and to do it in a consistent process each and every time, is more difficult, right? So, and I always say, and one of the things we talk about in our accelerator program and our elite is how you build that $1 billion broker loan process that delights customers each and every time. And when you're building a process, a lot of people think about themselves and making it easier for themselves. What you should focus on is, how can I make it easier for the client? So by providing that excellent service, you are going to guarantee that referrals will come just as a nature of what you do. So obviously obvious, harder to implement. Number two, how do you position your difference from your competitors? In speaking with a colleague in the business the other day, he said something. He asked his clients. He said, what makes you memorable? Right? What is it that makes you memorable? What is your difference from your competitors? For me in property investment, I used to win a lot of clients from property investment, and it didn't just happen overnight. It was something that took me many years to work on. I would subscribe to the property investment magazines, and I would read all the scenarios of the property investors and how they went ahead and sort of built their property portfolios. I read a lot of the books. Books started with things like Rich Dad Poor Dad and Margaret Lomas and Jan Summers, and became an expert in property investment. Read a lot of the forums, and that made me referable. That made me better than my competitors when it came to the space of property investment. And I had quite a number of clients say to me, Ross, the reason that we chose you is because my broker wasn't a specialist in property investment. So what do you do better? What's your difference from your competitors, and how can you articulate it in a clear way? Again, it's one of the things that we focus on in our accelerator program, where we show you exactly how you can position your difference. Then number three is, give a reminder of what your service has meant to them. So for example, I may say to a client, Bill, when you met me just 3 years ago, who'd have thought you'd have 3 properties now? At that point in time, you had a property out west, that we used a family guarantee to get you in. Now you sort of upgrading, moving into that dream home, and you've got two other properties. Bill, if you know anyone, in your friends, family that would like that same sort of service, please reach out and let me know. Right? So it's a way of giving them a friendly reminder of what your service has meant to them. So number 4, right? Explain that they owe it to their friends and family to get your help if needed. All right, so again, we've got to understand the reasons that people refer. So, hey, if you've got people at the moment in your circumstances that are finding it tough with, we're up to 8 or 9 rate rises, and what we're finding for young families is some of people are starting to feel the pinch. If you know anyone that's in that situation, I'd love to give them a call and see if they can help. All right, so again, they owe it to their friends and family to take on your services. So it may not be that situation. It may be about creating wealth, about creating financial freedom. So quite often when we're looking for referrals, we don't give people enough ammunition to refer, right? So what are the reasons that someone should refer to you, right? So if we look at the market today, what are the reasons that people should refer to you? So obviously, upgrading and selling and buying costs are high. So it may be people are interested in renovating, right? So, hey, if you've got any family members who are looking at renovating, upgrading their existing home or putting in a pool, we'd love to help them, right? So it may be something around debt consolidation. Hey, if you've got people who've got multiple loans, credit cards, etc., they may want to talk to us about consolidating to bring them all into one. Or, if it is a property investor client or they are property investor clients, it may be around talking to them about, hey, it's easier than you think to actually get another property. We've just helped so-and-so. To give them a reason to refer. And there's many reasons. I'm sure you can come up with a list of 200 reasons why people could refer. But again, if you give them a reason and not just tell them to refer, when they see someone in that actual situation, they are more likely to actually refer. All right, number 6. So tell them that we want to be referred to people just like them. Because one, this is really honoring them as a person, and at the same time, we're going to get a higher quality of referrals, especially if the person that you've dealt with you actually really liked and you really enjoyed doing business with them. So Craig, I've really enjoyed dealing with you, the way you got me the documents and in such a prompt manner, you're professional, you're exactly the type of client that I love dealing with. If you know anyone else just like you, I'd love to help them out. All right, so that's number 6. Tell them we want referrals just like them. Number 7, and this is a great one, especially to get introductions to referral partners. So ask for a warm introduction, right? So most of our clients will have professionals that would be great referral partners for us. So maybe it might be an accountant, it might be someone that they've a buyer's agent that they've bought properties through, maybe it's a financial planner, maybe it's a solicitor. I was just saying today, one of my best referrers was a family law solicitor, because in every refinance, every divorce, there's a refinance that normally happens, right? So ask for a warm introduction from somebody that you know to their potential referral partners, because it will increase the likelihood that they will speak to you and give them the time, knowing that they've got a mutual friend, a mutual client as well. All right, number 8. Be a giver and give them something of perceived value. So when we build relationships with clients, we get to know them, we get to like them, we get to trust them. Perfect example today, one of my clients sent me a podcast on the flow state, right? So it's something in our training, we were speaking about how to sort of get in that flow state. So he saw it, he knew it would be personal to me, and he sent it across to me, and great, right? It's something that I'm definitely interested in. I listened to it on the way into the car, but it's an example of a gift that doesn't cost anything other than the fact that you're thinking about that person that you can send across. So whether it's an article, whether it's a link to a podcast, whether it's a book that you've recently read that you think would be great for them, send them across something. Some clients where their best source of business is their existing clients, I know they'll look on Facebook and they'll see different events that are happening in that person's life, and they'll send them an appropriate gift. So maybe it's a birth of a new child, and they'll send them a little outfit for the new baby or something like that. So be a giver and provide something of perceived value. So number 9. Again, it sounds obvious, but do you have your client segmented, right? Do you have your client segmented in A, B, and C? And are your A's the people who refer to you the most? So whether it's a referral partner or a client, and keep in contact with those good referral partners or clients. So pretty easy. Again, frequency builds trust, and frequency will also bring more referrals. So number 10. So how are you acknowledging and thanking the people that are actually giving you referrals? Because it's like a turbocharge, right? If I send them a nice handwritten note or a video, text message thanking them for the referral, they're going to get that hit of dopamine and feel good about themselves and what they've done, and they're going to want to do it more. So think about how you can say thank you, and even if it's just a simple thank you, that's enough, right? But definitely do that. Number 11, legs 11. Get back to them and provide them an update. In talking with a real estate agent who was a top real estate agent who presented to our accelerator group this week, we were talking about, from his point of view, what made a good referrer and what made a good mortgage broker relationship. He said, look, I don't need to know all the details of the transaction. I just need to be updated and know that you're across it and you're getting it done. So number 11 is get back to the person who referred you regularly with an update in terms of what's happening, because that will allow those people to talk with each other. And obviously, if you're providing an outstanding service, which I know you will be, then that's going to get back to the referrer. And again, it's going to multiply the number of referrers you're going to get. So think about number 12 is think of the law of reciprocity, and think about the best time to ask for a referral. And the law of reciprocity states that givers gain. So if you give, then you're going to receive. Right? So in a mortgage transaction, the highest level of thanks or appreciation when you've given something is when you give them the approval. Right? So use those moments of power rather than just reluctantly say, oh, Aussie way, oh, thanks, yeah, it was nothing. Think about the ways that you can really take those moments of power. Yeah, look, Jane, I really appreciate that thanks. You don't understand the work that actually goes behind the scenes to actually get these deals done. And yours was a particularly challenging one, but we got it done. We got it done in a timely and efficient manner. So all I ask is if you've got any friends and family that are in the market, maybe they're looking for their first home just like you, I'd love you to send them across, right? So again, use those moments of power to provide value and to ask for the referral. So number 13, again, have some points of interest that you can send to them. So again, for all your A clients, or maybe they may be your real estate agent referrers, if you've got a point of interest, so maybe it's a client buying in their particular suburb, maybe it's an article that you read, maybe it's an educational piece for property investors, maybe it's a property of the week. What are some points of interest that you can regularly send to stay top of mind, right? So that's number 13. And number 14 is a simple one, but it's just ask for referrals, right? Don't be afraid to ask, and don't be afraid to position it even in the appointment, right? So John, in terms of you were referred by Mary, Mary's a great client, but it's very common that we actually get referred, and it's actually the way that we grow and build our business. It allows us to focus on coming up with solutions rather than focusing on marketing our business. So one thing that I ask is, if you're happy with our service, that at the end, if you can refer us, that would be really good. And number 15, so 2 more to go. Number 15, for those brokers that are new, this is a really good one, right? So it's that ask for advice. So again, you might have a mentor, or you may have someone that you respect in your friends and family group, or maybe it's someone that's doing a lot better than you. And you can ask for advice. So, hey, I'm looking for advice on how, if you were me, I've just started out, or I've been in the business for 3 years and looking at taking my business to the next level. What are some suggestions on how I can grow my business? And so by asking that question, it shows that obviously you're keen, it shows what your plans are. And at that point in time, they may say, oh, look, I can help you, I could introduce, and they may give you some referrals and ways, because everyone likes to be that mentor. Everyone loves to feel like they're making a difference in people's lives. All right? And the final piece, the number 16, is just the simple, right? It's just that simple thank you. Just really thank them, really be grateful for the fact that someone has trusted you with their friends and family to do their business, and a warm thank you in terms of in person or over the phone, picking up the phone and really being sincere with your gratitude for what they've done is really important. So they're the 16 strategies. As I said, in this market where the purchase market's down, the key to growing a great mortgage broking business is to build a business that's built on the back of referrals. And it's a strategy, it's a skill, it doesn't just happen, it's something that we need to constantly work at. And review this video as many times as you need to, because this is going to be a foundation of your success. And once you've had that success, then there's ways that we can help you with the next key points, which is how you build out that delivery system, what we call the $1 billion broker loan process, and then how you build out that business systems in terms of how to recruit, retain, and train staff. So that's what we do in our Accelerator and our Elite program. So reach out if I can help you with that. I'm Ross LeCain, the founder of $1 Billion Broker. I hope you found this valuable. Till next time, I'll see you soon.